Welcome back to the Belly Bar. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Today my grandson is going to make a drink and he'll call it out for you. I'm going to be the video guy and we're going to start making it. Got the ingredients here in front of us.
Yep.
Well, let's give it a go.
So today we're going to be making a Brazilian lemonade, and these are all the ingredients you need. This is sweetened condensed milk, and then these are all pretty self-explanatory. So first what you're going to do is get 2 limes, and you're going to make sure you're careful when you're cutting, but you're going to cut probably about this much from this little nub over here so that you can get like the best parts of the lime and like leave the bad parts out. So this is about right where you want to be. You want to cut right through that. Make sure it's fully off. Just put that to the side. And you want to do the same on the other side. Again, making sure you're careful. Perfect. Make sure it looks kind of like that on the inside. And then do the same with the other lime. So, just trying to get the best parts of the lime. Maybe a little more than that. Could still see some of the white. Put these off to the side. And then, so you're gonna want to quarter these. So you're gonna start from here. Make sure your fingers are out of the way and get about half of this. Limes are pretty tough, so it might be a little hard to cut. Let's do the same, or you can, now that these are here, you can just quarter them, so cut down this little white line, making sure your fingers are out of the way. So that one's halved, and it is quartered fully. Oh, I need to cut a little more of that. Put these there. Same with this. Right down the middle. Make sure you're using a sharp knife, but also make sure to be careful because limes are pretty hard to cut. That part's halved, and these are all quartered. Okay, so now what you're gonna wanna do is take this blender, or a blender that you have, and you're gonna put all of those limes in there, skin on, it's part of the recipe, and just get those all in there. So then, for now, I'm gonna put this off to the side, yep. So then, you're gonna take 8 ounces of water. So this is 2 ounces. So I'm gonna have to do this 4 times. So I have a little, 2 times. And then, so I'm gonna put the water in there, get it all the way up to the edge. Yep. You're gonna put that in there. It's 2 times. I accidentally said 4, so do it one more time. Put the water off to the side and just pour this in. About to there. Yeah. So now what you're gonna do is take this and take your top of the blender and you're gonna put it on there. Make sure it's straightened because you don't want to go up to the blender and have juice be splashed all over you. So this one's giving me a little bit of a hard time, but there you go. Just to make sure that's tight. Come over to your blender and just drop it in there. Make sure you hear a snap and you click the power button and you should see this light turn on, so then you can press this and you can do
The press, it's on. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's on. So like depending, you just want to have like it to where it's like a almost like really light green color and almost like a milky consistency. And you want to make sure there's tiny bits of like the pulp still left in there so you can strain it afterwards. So you just pulse it. Just keep going. So that's kind of what you want right there. That's also if you see like too big of chunks, you can blend a little more so there's big chunks. So that looks good. So then what you're gonna want to do is power it off and unsnap this. So you're going to open this guy up and put this here, or off to the side. So you're gonna take this, and I already have a strainer and a cup prepared. And so you're gonna take this and you're gonna pour it slowly so it doesn't like overfill and the chunks don't clog it. So you're just gonna pour it and let the juice drip in. But this is still chunky. That's still pretty chunky, sorry. So like if I poured all of this in, this would overflow and get like clogged. So you're just gonna like take a bit to make sure you get all the juices out. And I have a tool over here. If there's too many clumps like this, so you can press and almost like get all the juices out of the excess peels. You want as much flavor as possible. Just get all this down in there. And so this was a little bit chunky. I could have blended it a little longer, but that's why we have this, just to get all the, juices out and make sure it's nice and, nice and like incorporated and stuff. So there's still pretty much a lot of pulp in there. So then you add the rest of yours. Let that strain. Use the tool again. Get all this liquid out. Really just like push pretty hard. You can tap a little bit, and then I still have a little bit more, so I'm gonna pour the rest of it in. That is good. I'll let that strain with this. So make sure all that's in there. As you can see, you can still see some of the juice coming out if you can zoom in there or get close. So you want to do it until you feel like you don't have any more juice left with all these chunks. And so that's good. So you're gonna want to take this now, set it to the side, and I'm going to go put these extra scraps in the... I'm also going to clean this out because part of this is you don't want to have the chunks, so you got... Perfect. And you're going to take this back over, and now what you're going to want to do is, this is sweetened condensed milk, so make sure it's not evaporated, make sure it's sweetened condensed milk. So now what you're going to want to do is take 1 ounce of sweetened condensed milk. So make sure when you're doing this, you you first need to put this back in the blender. So it's a lot of steps, but it's not very many ingredients. Put that into the blender, put the cup aside, won't need it for now. So offside of the blender, you're gonna put, take 1 ounce of sweetened condensed milk, and so, make sure it's filled to the brim. Pour it slowly because it's very viscous. You don't want it overflowing. So that is good. And stuff with thick liquids and like making stuff like this, they'll tend to like stick into the inside of like the measure or the pour. So you're gonna have to like spend some time getting it out. And you could take a tiny bit of that and just put it in since it's not all coming out, but we want this strength to be as exact as possible. So just trying to get most of this out. You can tap, you can spin. Okay, so got most of it. That is good. I might add a tiny bit more, just to, you know, make sure. Like, that's what I just did. That's all you need. Set that off to the side. Now, take your ice. And so you can add whatever feels like right. Like, I put a whole cup just to see if I needed more or less. And so now you're gonna take this and you're just gonna put in ice. So I usually only leave a few left. So I might wanna put the little one in there. That's fine. So you just gotta get a good amount of ice in there. Only leave a few left when you have your cup. So then what you're gonna want